Hey, what's going on, everyone? I hope that you guys are doing well. So I'm currently working on doing a financial literacy boot camp for teenagers, and part of the presentation I'm working on has to do with protecting your bag. You know, it's one thing to teach people about investing, budgeting, compound interest, all of those good things. Obviously, you need to understand those concepts. I think it's also important to teach people that every day when they leave the house, there's somebody out there who's trying to get your money in one way or another. Somebody is out there who is trying to get your money either legally or illegally. And there are a lot of scams out there. There are pig butchering scams. There are Ponzi schemes. There are all kind of scams out there. And one of the parts of my presentation will actually talk about affinity fraud. And as I was looking up, you know, Jay Morrison, an old video popped up on YouTube. So I typed in Jay Morrison affinity fraud or something like that on YouTube, and it pulled up an old video of him. And not only I'm not just picking on Jay Morrison, I also have a presentation, a part of the presentation has to do with Bernie Madoff and how he swindled wealthy Jewish individuals out of their millions and billions of dollars. But this particular slide is about Jay Morrison and what he did to the Black community. So I actually pulled up like a 5-year-old video to where he was interviewing Julian Gordon, who everybody knows is the highest investing member of the Tulsa Real Estate Fund. So he interviews him, and you know, he's having a conversation, and throughout the entire interview, Jay Morrison is saying things like, "King, I edify you, King," and he's talking about the Queens, he's talking about Wakanda, Black Panther. Like, it's pretty obvious that he is using these words to connect to the African American audience. And it is interesting when you read the comments to that video, people were just basically talking about how, you know, you're getting left behind if you don't invest in this fund, and talking about the ancestors, and like they really are, like, he's really resonating with them. He has a way with his words, and you could tell like through the comments he's really connecting with these individuals. And of course there are a couple people who are saying in the comments, this is a scam, you're going to lose your money within however many years. Remember, this is 5 years ago. This is like during the height of the fund, like the beginning of the fund. So most of the comments basically are connecting with him and talking about it. Basically reiterates the fact that this is affinity, is based on affinity. He's relating to everybody, and he's going to use that in order to scam them later. And you know, some of the comments even mention that, and I'll link that video in the description of this video. And my algorithm is really weird. Like, I have some Jay Morrison videos that might have 5,000 views. Then I have some that might have 500. I have some that might have 50. So I don't know how many people are going to see this video, but you really need to watch his interview and see how affinity fraud works. And let me tell you what was one of the craziest things of that video that I saw. Julian Gordon, during the interview, says that somebody asked him, why are you investing your money with this guy, Jay Morrison? And his response in the video during the interview with Jay Morrison was that Jay Morrison has been to prison. Jay Morrison knows what it's like to be in prison. Jay Morrison is going to avoid prison at all costs. So he don't want nothing. He don't want no smoke with the SEC. That's basically what Julian Gordon said. Since Jay Morrison has been to prison, he don't want to go back to prison. So you can trust Jay Morrison because he won't do anything with the SEC to go back to prison. That's what Julian Gordon said. Look it up yourself. It's like a 45-minute interview. Look it up. Look at the video that I linked to this particular video. But that's it for now. I just thought it was really interesting that we saw a 5-year-old video posted on YouTube by Mr. Jay Morrison himself, where it is the beginning of an absolute fraud and an absolute scam against his own community, based on various words and based on, you know, speaking to what we like to hear. And people trusted this guy, but people who saw beneath the surface were able to see that he was nothing but a scammer. And he was a convicted felon. And it's probably a really good rule of thumb not to invest your money with a convicted felon, particularly one who does not have a financial background. All right. Well, hey, good luck with everybody in your financial journeys. I appreciate you guys. If you have a chance, please subscribe to the channel. Just a really small YouTuber. This is not my full-time gig. I have fun with this stuff. And I also like to try to protect people from getting scammed. And I like helping people get to the bag. All right. Hey, y'all take it easy.